Welcome to another exciting episode of The Throws Definitive. I'm Simply Mike, and today we're going to run down a few notable releases of 2017. This is not an exhaustive list, but we're going to touch on quite a few. Let's begin with the plastics. The start of 2017 looked like it was going to be the year of the Skyba, and although the Skyba was released in 2016, 17 gave us the Fruity Pebbles, as well as the Translucents. So the hype continues. From C3, we got a newly redesigned Speedaholic. And up until recently, this was my favorite plastic. So good, especially that clear colorway. Also, we got a newly redesigned North Star from Yo-Yo Factory, which took it from this flat cap in the middle to the finger spin edition. And it's at a lower price, so good all around. Next up, Yo-Yo Recreation put out a palm version of their Diffusion, as well as the Gargantua. Now people say they like the Gargantua best. I wouldn't know, haven't played them, but they do look nice. Next up, we got the 2-6 Yo-Yo's Pawn, and I have to say that frosted design is an inspired choice. One of my favorites. Hot on its heels, however, is the Ezekiel Spectre. Oh, Ezekiel, I need you to be a bit more original than that. Just kidding. Next up, the G-Squared Ghost. Technically, this is not a plastic, but it's so close. Are we really gonna nitpick here? I don't think so. Our next entry is from SF, the DLRN Mystery Company. But it's no mystery that their stuff is good. Even the plastics. Next up, from Top Yo, we got the Mojo, which is styled in the same as the Salinas, which we'll talk about a little later. Nice wide yo-yo, and they say it's on par with the Replay Pro. And we also have the Yo-Yo Freaks #Sharp, which they say is the ultimate Delrin, but the verdict is still out on this. You better be quick, because they're going fast. And then finally, fresh out of the mystery box, the Yo-Yo Factory Wedge, which is also part of their winter collection. So we'll see how this plays out. Now, this isn't all the plastics. Yo-Yo Empire is doing some major things overseas you might want to look into. But let's get into these monometals. At entry level, we have this V01 Node by Magic Yo-Yo, which is poised to dethrone this Shark's honor as the best budget metal entry-level yo-yo. Next up, we got the Magic Yo-Yo V6 Locust, which I thoroughly enjoy. I wish I had this colorway though. Aimed squarely at the beginner is the Top Yo Creator, coming with 2 axles and 2 bearings, so you can take this from beginner to professional with just one throw. New yo-yo company Rain City Throws dropped the Hipster High Life, and the buzz is very good for this particular throw. In our slimline category, we got the Rain City and Eternal Throws Gamer. Slim profile, very colorful. I like that Metroid hookup. Another slim line that was released in 2017 was the Alley Cat. And it also has that tug responsiveness for that fixed axle flavor. And another slimline yo-yo was dropped by One Drop called the Deep State. I don't know too much about this, but quite a few people did enjoy it. Like my man here. The train keeps on rolling because One Drop dropped several throws, including the Countach 5000 QV, which is a follow-up to the ever-popular Countach. Following that up, the Mantis dropped, and they gave a blind box release. Some got titaniums, some got splashes, but they all got a good yo-yo. Following that was the Dang 2. Quite popular indeed. And yet again, we got the Parlay. Organic, looks nice. Looks like a Mark My Classic, but I don't know enough about either to speak on their differences. Next up, we got a redone Recess Joyride, which took it from this older version to this new and improved version. Quite a few people have seen it and liked it. We also have a new armament. Now, the armament came out before I started throwing, so I can't really speak on this, but from what I'm seeing, this is a good looking yo-yo. Our friends over at MFD are set to release the Pixel Ape, which looks very, very aggressive. Those angles and lines look clean as what? Check this one out. I am your father. Next up, we got the Yo-Yo Officer Yakade, which it looks pretty decent. I'm not even gonna lie. I'll throw a couple dollars at them for this one. And not to be overlooked is the Amplified Return Tops Ovation. Now, I have to say I got in conversation with Amplified and I almost slipped under the radar. But look at those lines. That thing is gorgeous. Next up, we got the Unspoken Yo-Yos Apollo, which Tom over at Throws and Brews is swearing by. I like it. Very nice. That cream on red is nice. And you know I had to speak about the Corruption. Came out in early 2017. Snatched me up one, loving it ever since. That 7075, baby. And the Abduction, recent addition to the lineup. Ooh, sexy. Heavy, but sexy. Following their successful release of the Peak 2 in 2016, CLYW drops the Kayak, a very chill yo-yo with a modest finger spin hub, as well as, wait for it, the Dune. Haven't had much experience with CLYW, and I got a little flack for not mentioning it in my top 10s. But this is a nice looking yo-yo. Next up, Duncan dropped a little mono metal goodness on us with the Origami, which people say is excellent for 5A. Otherwise, it's a good 1A yo-yo as well. Across the pond, Smashing Yo-Yo Companies gave us both the Monocle, very beautiful in this picture, and the highly well-received Interlagos, beautiful as well. Now, I can't possibly name everything that Top Yo has done, but their most notable throws this year include the Double Zero, which is their 7075 yo-yo. My personal favorite, the Quantum. Technically, it's not mono metal, but it's two forms of aluminum, so we're gonna put it in here for keepsake. And the Salinas, or Selinus, not sure how to pronounce it, but this is a more American style with a wider profile, beautiful curves, and it's weighted near the center. And finally, an impressive showing out of Yo-Yo Factory, including this miniature heist, which people did really enjoy, and ultra versions of some yo-yos, ultra being a 7068 variant of aluminum, including the Space Crown Ultra, and that raw one looks nice. the Horizon Ultra. Same finger spin abilities, but they say it's a different play style altogether. And the ND Ultra, which looks to be the most interesting of these Ultra Yo-Yo variants. But the most impressive is the wide angle shutter. Same shutter goodness, different shutter casing. This winter edition looks particularly like it's going to be my next purchase. Okay, so I know I said finally a little while ago, but I had to include this yo-yo. This is from Ineffable Throws, and if you're not hip, please get hip. This is the Spellbound. Absolutely gorgeous. 7075. Comes in a 6061 case, specially numbered with a key and everything. This is my next purchase, hands down. Came out this year, and boy, is it a killer. So look, not everything has been mentioned. Next time, we're going to talk about the bimetals, the hybrids, and wrap it up. So I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned.